Welcome back to Chill Talk English. I'm Henry, your calm travel buddy who always thinks he's organized, then loses his pen in the first 5 minutes.
And I'm Emma, your happy travel buddy who brings snacks and then forgets where she put the snacks.
Today, we have an alternative travel story for you. It's a real lifestyle story, but it's also conversation practice for your English.
The theme is simple. Travel sounds exciting. Travel is exciting. But travel also has small problems, and those problems are perfect for learning English.
In this episode, Emma has a long day. Airport, baggage, transportation, food, and a hotel check-in.
And yes, I made mistakes. Not huge mistakes, just many small mistakes.
Great. Let's begin at the airport. So, Emma, where are you flying today?
I'm flying to a new city for a short trip. I planned everything. I made a list. I checked it twice.
That already sounds more organized than me.
Wait, let me finish. I checked it twice, then I changed my bag, then I forgot the list.
A classic story. So you arrive at the airport. How do you feel?
I walk in and I stop. The airport is huge. It feels like a shopping mall mixed with a train station. People are moving fast. Wheels are rolling everywhere.
That sound. Suitcases on the floor, like 1,000 little drums.
Exactly. I look up at the screens and I think, okay, Emma, stay calm. Step 1, find my airline. Step 2, check in.
Good plan.
I find the check-in area and I see something new, self-check-in machines.
Those machines can be helpful, or they can be a little cold.
Cold is the perfect word. I stand in front of the screen. It says, scan your passport.
Simple.
I take out my passport. I scan it. The machine makes a loud beep.
Uh-oh.
It says, passport not recognized.
Of course.
I try again, and I start talking to the machine like it is my friend. I say, please, we can do this together.
Did it listen?
No, it did not listen.
What did you do next?
I look around and I find a staff member. I say, hi, sorry, this machine doesn't like me. Can you help me?
Nice. Polite and clear.
The staff member smiles and says, sure, may I see your passport?
Notice that phrase, everyone. May I see your passport? It is a polite way to ask.
She wipes the scanner with a small cloth. Then she says, try again.
And?
It works. The machine suddenly loves me.
Amazing. So you print your boarding pass?
Yes, the machine prints my boarding pass and a bag label. Then I go to the bag drop counter.
This is the moment of truth.
The agent says, good morning. Are you checking a bag today?
Another useful phrase, are you checking a bag today? That means, do you want to put your suitcase under the plane?
I say, yes, 1 suitcase.
Then what?
She points to the scale. I lift my suitcase. It feels heavy, but I think, it's fine. It's probably fine.
That sentence is dangerous.
I put the suitcase on the scale. The number appears. The agent looks at the screen. She looks at me.
That slow look.
She says, it's over the limit.
Oh no.
Not a little over. It's like over.
What do you say in that moment?
I say, oh, really? Can I move something to my carry-on?
Great question. Very practical.
She says, yes, please step to the side so the line can move.
Also polite, she is helping you, but she also needs to keep things moving.
I roll my suitcase to a small table. I open it, and it looks like my suitcase is eating my clothes. It's too full.
We have all been there.
I pull out a few things, a jacket, 2 books, and a big bottle of shampoo.
A big bottle.
Yes, and I think I will put this in my carry-on.
Let me guess. Liquids rule.
Exactly. I suddenly remember. I whisper, "No."
So what did you do?
I throw the shampoo back into the suitcase like it is a hot potato. I move the books to my backpack. I wear the jacket. I look like a puffy astronaut.
Fashion and function.
I go back to the scale. This time, the suitcase is under the limit.
Victory!
The agent attaches the label and says, "All set, your gate is C18. Boarding starts at 9:40.
Great!
I say, "Thank you so much," and I walk away like a champion.
Until the next problem.
Until the next problem.
What happens next? Security?
Yes, security is busy. I take out my laptop, my small liquids bag, my jacket, my belt.
The airport makes us take off everything except our feelings.
True. I walk through the scanner. It beeps.
Another beep.
The officer says, "Do you have anything in your pockets?"
Good question.
I check my pockets. I find a coin. One small coin.
One coin can cause a big problem.
I say, "Oh, sorry, I forgot." I put it in the tray and go again.
And then you finally reach your gate.
Yes. I sit down, I drink water, I text my family, I feel calm.
So the flight is smooth?
The flight is fine. I watch a movie, I try to sleep. I do that half sleep where your head falls and you wake up like a confused bird.
I know that sleep. Not refreshing at all.
Then we land, and I feel that travel excitement again. New place, new food, new streets.
And also, baggage claim.
Yes, I follow the signs to baggage claim. I stand near the belt. It starts moving. Bags come out.
The long parade of suitcases.
I see a blue suitcase, not mine. A green suitcase, not mine. A suitcase with a giant flower print, not mine.
And you start to worry?
I tell myself, it's coming, stay positive.
Then what?
Then the belt slows down. Then it stops.
Oh no.
People leave with their bags, the area gets quiet, and I'm still standing there with my backpack and my puffy jacket.
That is a lonely feeling.
It is. I look around and I see a sign that says baggage service.
Great, so you go there.
I walk up to the counter. The worker says, "Hello, how can I help you today?"
A classic service phrase.
I say, "Hi, my suitcase didn't arrive. I think it is missing."
Good. Simple and clear.
She says, "I'm sorry to hear that. Do you have your baggage receipt?"
That small sticker they put on your boarding pass or passport wallet.
Yes, I almost throw a party because I actually have it.
A rare, organized moment.
I give it to her. She types on the computer. She says, "Okay, it looks like your bag stayed in your first airport. It will arrive on the next flight."
That is frustrating, but at least there is information.
I ask, "When will it arrive?"
Useful question.
She says, "Most likely tonight. We can deliver it to your hotel."
That is good service.
She gives me a form. It asks for my name, phone number, and hotel address.
Another common travel task, filling out a form.
I fill it out. Then she asks, "Can you describe your suitcase?"
Great phrase for learners. Can you describe it means tell me what it looks like.
I say, "It's dark gray, medium size, with a bright yellow luggage strap."
That's specific. Nice.
She says, "Perfect. We will contact you."
How do you feel?
I feel tired and a little silly because inside my suitcase I packed gifts for my host family.
Like what?
Local candy and a small souvenir. Nothing expensive, but it feels sad.
So now you are in a new city with only your backpack.
Yes. And I say to myself, "Okay, Emma, new plan. Step 1, get to the hotel. Step 2, eat something. Step 3, do not cry over missing socks."
Strong plan. How do you leave the airport? Taxi, bus, train?
I want to save money, so I choose the train. The airport train goes to the city center.
Sounds easy.
It should be easy, but then I see 2 lines, line 1 and line 2.
Here we go.
I check my phone map. It says I need Central Station.
Okay.
I see a sign, Central Station, line 2. Great, I follow it.
And?
I get on the train. Doors close, the train starts moving. I feel proud.
You should.
2 stops later, I hear the announcement. It says, "This train is going to East Terminal."
That does not sound like Central Station.
It does not. I look at the map on the wall and I realize there are 2 central names.
2 similar station names. That is so common.
Yes, there is Central Station and Central Terminal.
Oh, wow.
And I am going to the wrong one.
What do you do?
I get off at the next stop. I see a worker in a bright vest. I say, "Excuse me, can I ask you a question?"
Great polite opener.
He says, "Sure."
Then you ask?
I say, "Does this train go to Central Station?"
Perfect. That question is gold for public transport.
He says, "No, this line goes to Central Terminal. For Central Station, you need line 1, platform across the hall."
Clear instructions.
I repeat back to confirm. I say, "Line 1, across the hall?"
Great technique. Repeat to confirm.
He says, "Yes."
And you make it.
I make it, but I arrive at the city center with a new problem. I'm hungry, like very hungry.
Time for food.
Time for food. I see a small cafe near the station. Sandwiches, soup, drinks. Perfect.
You go in.
I go in. The worker says, "Hi there. What can I get for you?"
Friendly and casual.
I want something safe and simple. So I say, "Can I get a chicken sandwich, please? And still water."
Nice. Still water means water with no bubbles.
Yes, but the worker looks confused. He says, "Still water?"
Uh-oh.
I try again, slower. "Still water, please. No gas."
Good alternative phrase. No gas is common in some places.
He smiles and says, "Oh, flat water. Got it."
Different words, same meaning. Great learning moment.
Then he asks, "Anything else?"
And you say,
I say, "That's all, thank you."
great.
I pay, I sit, I wait. Then my order arrives.
Chicken sandwich and water.
No, I get a tuna sandwich with spicy sauce and a sparkling water with bubbles.
The exact opposite.
The worker says, "Chicken tuna sandwich and sparkling water."
Oh no.
I stand up and walk back to the counter. I smile because I don't want to sound angry.
Good approach.
I say, "Sorry, I think there is a mix-up. I ordered chicken and still water."
Excellent phrase. I think there is a mix-up is polite and clear.
He looks at the receipt and says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I heard spicy and sparkling."
That is a listening problem, not a you problem.
He fixes it right away. 2 minutes later, I have the correct sandwich and the correct water.
And you survive.
I survive, and I learn something. When you order, it helps to point, or to say it in 2 ways, like still water, flat water.
Great tip.
Now you go to the hotel.
Yes, I walk to my hotel. It's called the Riverside Inn.
Nice name.
I enter. The lobby is small but cozy. The receptionist smiles and says, "Good evening, welcome. Do you have a booking?"
Another useful phrase.
I say, "Yes, my name is Emma Brown. I booked 1 night."
And then everything goes smoothly, right?
Henry, do you know me?
I had to ask.
The receptionist types, then she pauses and says, "I see your reservation, but it is for next month."
Next month.
I feel my soul leave my body.
What do you say?
I say, "Oh no, I'm so sorry. I must have made a mistake. Is there any room available tonight?"
That is a very good, polite request.
She says, "We are almost full, but we have 1 room left."
Great.
Then she adds, "It is a small room, very small."
The warning.
I say, "That's okay. I just need a bed and a shower."
Perfect. Clear priorities.
She asks for my passport. I give it to her. She prints a key card and says, "Room 107. Breakfast is from 7 to 10.
Nice.
I go upstairs. I open the door and it is small.
How small?
If I open my arms, I can almost touch both walls.
That is small.
But the bed is clean. There is a tiny bathroom, and honestly, after this day, it feels like a luxury box.
Sometimes we don't need perfect, we need okay.
Exactly.
And then your phone rings? The baggage office?
Not yet. I take a shower, I put on comfortable clothes, I sit on the bed and check my messages.
And?
I get a message from the airline. It says, "Your bag has arrived in the city. Delivery scheduled for tomorrow morning."
Tomorrow morning.
I sigh, but I also feel relief. At least it is not lost forever.
So you can sleep.
Yes, I set an alarm, I look at the tiny ceiling, and I laugh a little.
Why?
Because this whole day is like an English textbook, but in real life.
That is the best way to learn. Let's do a quick phrase practice with listeners. Emma, say the phrase, then I will say it slowly.
Okay.
Phrase 1. Asking for help politely.
Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Slowly. Excuse me, can I ask you a question?
Phrase 2, at baggage service. My suitcase didn't arrive.
Slowly. My suitcase didn't arrive.
Phrase 3, describing your bag. It's dark gray with a yellow strap.
Slowly. It's dark gray with a yellow strap.
Phrase 4, public transport. Does this train go to Central Station?
Slowly. Does this train go to Central Station?
Phrase 5, in a cafe. I think there is a mix-up.
Slowly. I think there is a mix-up.
Phrase 6, at a hotel. Is there any room available tonight?
Slowly. Is there any room available tonight?
These phrases are simple, but they are powerful.
And they help you stay calm even when travel is messy.
Also, it helps to smile, even if you feel stressed.
True. And one more lesson.
What's that?
Don't pack heavy books.
True. Pack fewer books or become stronger.
I vote for fewer books.
Same.
Thanks for listening to Chill Talk English.
If you want, you can shadow this episode. Repeat after us. Copy our rhythm. Copy our simple travel phrases.
And if you have your own travel mishap story, keep it. It can become your English practice.
See you next time.
Bye for now.
Bye.